Hey guys, what's up? We are going to be playing some 5-10 in a second or two. First, I want to do a quick warm-up where we go through a few of these GTO flashcards. And then we'll see. So, Finland's line is check, call, check, check. Question is, do we bluff here? I guess this is Caspi. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to say we call because it's we bluff because it's the king on the river. Check, okay. Okay. Queen 10 is close. Okay. Okay, that's reasonable. Fair enough. I'm going to give myself a 1 here. This is going to be bluff, I think. Overcard. We have a spade in our hand. This just has to be pretty good. Bet. Well, we do check down for some EV. The EV betting is clearly higher here. We typically size somewhere between B50 and B75. Okay, that was easy. On an ace. Ace is an interesting river because it will actually hit both players' ranges quite well. Oh, this is check, check, check. Okay, well, it's a different line. I think we bluff with the diamonds and without we check. It would be okay. 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 And this is okay, overall. Is on any note here. Let's check. Is this? I'm actually streaming. Yeah. Okay, I think so. Just take some time. There's a delay on. Is the audio red? Let me check that as well. For some reason, I always do that after I start streaming. Let's see if I can. Okay. So on average, like this is just an out of bluff note, and we bet 98% of jack high or worse. It's kind of good. This is an interesting one. I'm guessing we block folds here with 5s and 4s, which he's going to play like this exactly, and he might need to fold now. Grab silver water. Actually, I missed the line again. Okay, it's good. I for some reason I think we're check call, but like this is an overbet. Then we bluff these lower cards. We bluff the lower cards. Do we not? Wait, let me think about this. It's cool because I made these myself, so there has to be a pattern to understand here. Okay. I think these lower ones are going to be bluffing. Because a hand like King 5 of spades and King 4 of spades are probably higher frequency calls than King 10, for instance. So this would be a better bluff than Jack 10. These are fun. It's been a while since I made these, so I'm not entirely sure. But like this feels like this might be a pure bluff, but then Jack 10 is not. That's my guess. Bluff. When deciding to triple, focus on which hands in villain's range call the turn but are forced to fold the river. That's something I missed. Ace Jack, Ace 10, Jack 10, and Ace X of diamonds fall into that bucket. So we want to unblock those. 4x and 5x does that well and even blocks some thin calls like King 5, King 4. We mentioned that, making this a strong bluff candidate, unlike Jack 10 off, which blocks folds and would be a losing bluff. That's cool. Nice. That's really good. Okay. Give myself a 4 here. 2 more. This is check, call, check, check. there's always going to be a balance between the bluffing EV and the betting EV, sorry, the checking EV. Because it's a low pair texture, I think we have some checking EV here. Probably not an awful lot though, probably very little. I think I would bluff in practice. I'm just kind of trying to understand what would be the pattern here. I guess we just bluff on a queen overcard and we have very little showdown value, but it's close. Bluff. This is a rare spot in position where in position essentially out of bluffs error by check calling the flop out of position filters out many of the queen X hands, leaving in position with a clear top pair advantage on this river. That's good. Man, these are good. Okay, sorry. Okay. Those were the ones. Cool. And this is still work in progress. I'm making these decks myself for the guys in the CFP, but it's one of the many projects that I work on. This was one for the river, and I wanted to do a quick one where I don't have a lot of cards, so I got like 6 cards here. So yeah. I'm live for 5 seconds. I've got 1 viewer. That seems about right, but I want to check this because sometimes it ends up not being public or something like that. Oh, this is public, okay. So I guess more will follow. Good afternoon, morning, or evening to my first viewer of today. Hope you're having a great time over there. We will... Like I want to play some 1K. But it seems like it might be tough to get tables. How about 10-20? Kevin Paquet is playing today. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback. Kevin playing. I don't know him personally, even though it might sound like I do. But obviously just a fanboy. Kevin, I think he played for Feyenoord in the past. Realize now that I even missed some stuff. Anyway, don't wanna do that. Let's see what we can find. Should I play some 10-20 today? Maybe we do. I'm not going to join this time. I like money too much. I gotta have family to feed, like mortgage to pay. If this was like WP and Rake or something like that, then like you can always give a little bit of action, because like the worst case scenario, you're losing a couple big blinds. Like I don't want to overestimate myself, but I don't think I would be losing significantly more versus Kevin. And this guy I don't really know. I've played with him occasionally. Might be better than Kevin, who the fuck knows, but I guess we don't. We'll put ourselves on some waiting list, I guess, and then we'll see. Kind of don't want to play 500 now. I'm playing 10-20 though, and I might need to deposit some more. Alright, in the meantime, I'll check the YouTube chat. Like, if you guys have any questions, any things you wanted to discuss, so I sound like a general practitioner now. Like, if there's anything like, okay, that could be interesting to know, just I'm willing to answer not going to answer any question, but like feel free to ask any question, and then we'll see if I answer. But I'm in a positive mood today, so let's get annihilated at the tables a little bit. That would be the way to go, I guess. I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw yesterday that let me pull it up actually. Oh, fuck me. Godverdomme. the sweet irony of like saying that I'm in a positive mood and then spilling my coffee everywhere. Fuck me. Alright, I'm going to have to wait, give me a second. Jesus Christ, this is insane. Dear Lord. Man. Oh man, okay. Okay. On the bright side, I've got one sip of coffee left. And I'll try to get some action here. Okay, let's get this going. Continue, I guess. Let's try to play some 5-10. I studied a bit today. Let me tell you a little bit about my plan. My plan is to actually play these million hands and just work real hard on my game and try to become the best 5-10 player that I can be. That's annoying. I've studied quite a bit. So, but the plan is to study more and just be more creative, be more aggressive. I feel like because I didn't study as much over the last year or so, I guess. Daily 70k leaderboard, is this new or something like that? 4 not 5, okay, cool. Timing is going to be really important here. So if he insta checks back, that will have an impact. I'm going to call here. It's annoying because you can something like queen 10 plus, jack 10 plus is going to overbet, so I prefer to have a 10 here. I was going to say I prefer a check. Okay, wow. He didn't consider bluffing there. So that's... And like he blocks some calls, right? Because I'm going to call hands like 9-10. 9-8 perhaps. So like... I have to make a note here. Okay. I'm not like a note-taking genius, so I don't think you guys need to be. Yeah, don't ask me any note-taking taking tips. I went with a 2x open here. Yeah, I went with a 2x open, which means that we get the bet reasonably off. Like the smaller the opening size, the wider the ranges are, the more we get to range bet and leverage the strength of our range. Well, I'm not entirely sure for a small blind, but anyway, should be fine. Turn, I'm going to check back here, and then we'll decide on the river what we want to do. I think we just have a clear value bet. Yeah. That's amazing, man. So it's positive today. Snap spills a drink, and when I said I was feeling positive today, I was like, I don't know, I did like that little voice inside my head, like you're about to like lose 10k. Be careful. But here we are. Anyway, this is not so annoying. I just want to play some poker. Should we? We just put ourselves on waiting lists, I guess, and like open tables and wait a little bit. Don't think it makes sense. Like if I want to play 10-20, I would need to deposit another 10k or so. And like I probably like we're starting pretty early. I'm not sure. I just want to make sure I get into the leaderboard. So if I do that on 2 leaderboards, that's a bit more challenging. Okay, you can see how quickly I click there. It's insane. I'm 4th on the waiting list. just yeah. I clicked relatively quickly. This might be a bit weird, but I think like the way GG designs the game, we are paying 20 big blinds, but 300, so 20, maybe even more, 30 big blinds probably, because we play wider, maybe even more. Like fucking hell, like probably you're paying like 10 big blinds per 100 or something like that here. Although I guess the rake is a little bit lower when there's less players. Anyway, let's say that there's like normal rake here, then I think I'm paying like 7 big blinds per 100 on 1k. So 21 big blinds per 100 hands gets raked off the table. It's just near impossible to be winning. Because even if I'm significantly better than my fellow rakes here, then they would still... I would still need to overcome 7 big blinds per 100, which is really tough. Curious to see who this guy is. I think I've seen it before, but... Okay. Which is incredibly tough, right? Like it's near impossible. And even then I'm breaking even. I'm not winning. I'm just like sitting here enduring variance for free. So it makes sense to play a bit slower if you're not having a seat at the table. That's decent. That's why like just playing Russian cash can be a lot more chill. Like you just, if you play any pool, you're still going to run into issues like this, but you don't have to wait for tables and stuff like that. 8-6 is going to be fold, 8-7 offsuit would be a call. think this is just I want to see that 70k leaderboard. What's going on there? But it says like, okay. Okay. Maybe I missed that. I don't know. Guess I can open it here as well. That beat jackpot 70k leaderboard. Okay. What's the first prize then? First prize 1800, so it has gone up. I'm already in the 510 leaderboard. Wow. Okay. With 5 points. Okay, that's fair. What's the first prize? 1200. Okay. Didn't pay attention here, so I'm too late. We're going to call here versus Simon. Simon could go with a bunch of different strategies here, to be honest. I'm expecting to see something like 3/4 of 40%. Those are like the main ones. Getting a check back. I think I'm going to bet 3/4 here. This is close. Probably fine. I think I'm going 3/4 and check on a straight closing turn. I could possibly overbet as well. Not necessarily with my hand. I'm just going to go 3/4 and check, I think, on this texture. And then might be going a bit too thin for value. So we need to definitely check that very often in theory. And then probably in practice as well, to be honest. I noticed we got 2 likes, so 24 viewers, 2 likes. I have no idea what kind of effect that would have on the visibility. But yeah, like, I guess it would be positive. Anyway. We seem to have a recreational sitting there. Sure. Good luck, Undergrinder. Hope you're successful today. But yeah, anyway, like the plan is to play a lot more in the afternoons and just stream 4 or 5 days a week. Click, 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 click. Did I get it? Yes. We got a seat. We got the Jesus seat. That makes me feel happy. Assuming that this is a recreational. Like the table hasn't filled up yet, so I probably shouldn't be too thrilled with this. Also, he's German, which, like, if it's a recreational, probably means he's playing like 22-12 or something like that. Or yeah. We'll see. We'll see. What is this for? Let's fucking see. This is a bit annoying, like the way the games are designed. Like ideally, would want in an ideal world, I would want a leaderboard. I wanted to go 2x here. This is very stupid. Okay. Do we 4-bet here? Do we call? Doesn't really matter. We will call here. Let's do it 50-50 or something like that from this position. Probably a little bit more 4-betting, but calling is fine. Chef's kiss. We will go ahead and call here. We will call the flop for sure. Turn here is iffy. I think I'm going to call because we could still win. Interesting spot here. I think with the Queen of Clubs we want to check back occasionally. So I'm just going to do that. Getting a quick check, which means I think he's going to fold. This could be aces occasionally. That might, like if he wants to play tricky, but like expecting mostly quick folds. I missed the half big blind here. I'm not going to play 9-max ante. The annoying thing about 9-max ante is the fact that there's now 2 tables running. 2 tables of 5-10, but then sometimes there's 0 tables running. Which is a bit annoying. Am I going to just sit here? No. Leave, okay. Mixing call and 3-bet here. Calling quite often. Actually, he's on cutoff. He's not on that. Okay, we 3-bet a bit more and we rolled quite high as well, so we'll just do that. But yeah, the 9-max ante, the annoying thing is you just sometimes get tables, sometimes you don't. Sometimes there's no tables running and then you can make it into the leaderboard. And also it would involve me playing a bunch of different stakes. So making it into the leaderboard in each of them is going to be annoying. I'm from the Netherlands, so my rakeback is significantly lower than for other players. My non-leaderboard rakeback, for the leaderboard it's obviously the same, but for the ocean rewards or whatever it's called now, it's significantly lower. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to play and not get into a leaderboard. I don't know. Right. It's not probably both are not going to be good spots to be in. Okay. don't want to be too aggressive with my table select. Oh, this 10-20, okay. Right. Vinnie Jones, I'm not sure. Let's see. We do a group view. Yeah, it's just playing these two tables. Okay, I'm just going to 3-bet him because assuming it's going to be reasonable, all things considered. Like if he's a clear recreational, then definitely. If he's not, then not so much. We'll go ahead and bet 40 here. We beat Queen Jack, King Jack, so that's good. Oh, we blocked those, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and bet like half pot here, I think. Just going to go half pot, half pot. Okay, could be worse. Recreationals don't really care about my bet sizing on the turn. If it's a recreational, I'm not sure. It might be a solid regular. Who knows, right? I'm guessing it's somewhat of a recreational, so going half pot, I think will generate the most folds relative to the bet size that I'm using. There's still 2 tabling. I need to grab some tables here. I'm going to 3-bet here. Just going relatively wide and linear should be fine. I'm going to c-bet here with a club in my hand. Should be pretty okay. I think, interesting spot. If I bet 3/4, will he shove? I think I'm going to bet half pot. You sit here, okay. It seems like we've got 4 tables. Did I click this? I clicked this, right? No, apparently I didn't. Tilting. Oh wait, let me put on some music actually. So the goal is to eventually, we'll keep on grinding, and then the goal is to eventually get to a spot where I've studied a lot and I feel a bit more confident in my game. Like, for those of you that don't know me, right, or like have maybe seen a video every I've maybe clicked on the video once or whatever. I've played a fair amount of 1K and 2K. Main game was always 1K. And I've done pretty well in those games. But the last 6 months, like 6 months roughly, I haven't played a lot of poker. I've moved back from Andorra, where I was living for a year, back to the Netherlands because my wife got homesick. And in the Netherlands, I decided to focus more on coaching, which is still currently my main focus. And spend time with my family, because I've got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I read this thing where you only have like 1 summer with your kid as a baby, 3 summers when they're a toddler. And I realized that I already wasted one. If that makes sense. Let me just get the seat, okay. So wasted, not wasted, but I could have been there more. And now, when I moved back to the Netherlands, I was like, man, the thing that I regret most is not spending more time with my family in Andorra, and spending less time playing poker and coaching and working. I should have just gone for a walk in the mountains every day. Like, I could have done that, I didn't. So yeah, like now, like, and then I thought, okay, well, I don't want to like live for another year and then do the same thing. Is this kind of emoji? Oh, no, what is this? Sunglasses. Oh, cool. What's going on? I don't want to do that for another year. Like next year, I'm going to be doing the same thing, and I'm feeling the same way about life and the things I'm doing. So right now, I'm going on a walk every morning with my family. We have like a little bit of nature close to my home. But anyway, I haven't played a lot of poker because of that. And now I kind of want to play at least 4 afternoons a week. Like, not a full-time schedule, but also like not like the occasional afternoon when I've got time. I want to like carve out time so that I can... do we just bluff this now? I think we might. It is tempting. We oh fuck, I thought got a mini heart attack. I thought I accidentally shoved. So yeah, I want to play more consistently, and I want to study more so that I can actually feel confident about my game, because it's a bit rusty, for sure. It's really hard to beat the seeding scripts, man. It's near impossible. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like they probably have done some napkin math on this, but like I would really love to be able to observe every table, but you can, once you start observing a table, once you go into observer mode, you can join a table for like 5 minutes or something like that. And otherwise you just click join, and then you just join a pool, and then you get like, sometimes you get the seat with 2 recreationals and things are great. Sometimes you'll have to battle it out a little bit, and ideally we get some sort of rake system or rake back system where if you play with certain players, you pay more rake, and then like if it's an all rake table or something like that, 500, then there's an incentive at least to keep playing, because right now there's not. If I had pocket tens now, it would have been a 6 spot to be in. Aces full of queens versus aces full of jacks. That would be sick. Probably not, right? Yeah, pocket tens. I was like, if you're sitting at a pocket tens on the flop, you're like, one time, dealer. I'm not sure why I would keep playing here. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, this is what I mean. Like, GG takes like $500 an hour or something like that from the table. It's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't play poker if I need to pay for it, right? That would make too much sense. So, yeah. And that's also one of the annoying things in the Netherlands. You don't have any. That's one of the reasons why I focus more on coaching now. It's if I would be able to choose myself, like I'm obviously able to choose myself, but like if the situation would have been slightly different, where either I gotta pay like normal tax on my winnings on other sites, non-licensed sites, I mean, then I would be okay with that. I would be okay, fuck it, I'm just going to mix in any other site and I would just like pay my whatever 45% per year or something like that and live. But that's not an option. Like you gotta pay significantly more with the risk of like paying more than 100% of your winnings if you just happen to swing a lot. Like if you lose, let's say I lose 30k this month, I win 30k next month, lose 30k, win 30k. I have a year where that happens quite a bit, and I'm up slightly for the year. Let's say, I don't know, I lose somewhere between 30 and 40k. If I mix in some 10-20, it's relatively easy. Then I can't deduct losing months from my winning months. So I only have to pay the taxes of the winning months, and then the losing months are just like basically like they didn't happen. So it's just impossible. You need to play on licensed sites. And there's 3 licensed sites. GG with pretty shitty rake back, Unibet, which doesn't have 1k, and iPoker with no rake back. And seed scripters like crazy, like even more than it is on Ignition. So if I was living, let's say I was still living in Andorra, and I would be living there for the next 10 years or so, then I think there's a reasonable chance that I would at some point say, okay, I'm going to take a step back from the coaching company. I'll let someone else take over and give them like the overwhelming majority of my share. And I will still be involved, but I'll focus more on playing poker. What's going on here? Curious to see what's going on here. I think we might get a fold, but this is a fold. He's playing another big blind, which I guess does he have like, what does he have, like 6-4 of diamonds or something like that? That would be close. Ace queen with the ace of diamonds might make some sense. That's sick. Sick shove by our friend here. Sick call as well. I gotta give them both credit. I don't know, like there must be some history here because yeah. So is he going to shove queen high flushes? Probably not, like jack high flushes. Already seem a bit thin, but probably fine still because of the check back on the turn. So 10 high flushes shoving, right? Like that becomes kind of iffy. I did a 3-bet here, I think I did. Which is probably okay, but very low frequency. Let me just focus on my own game rather than critiquing someone else. It's an interesting line though. I think I'm barreling the turn. Goedemiddag. I think we just check here. My wife's calling me. Hey.
Ja, papa vragen. We moeten middags wandelen. Vanmiddag met ons wandelen.
Vanmiddag, ja, is goed.
Vanmiddag middags wandelen.
Is goed.
Papa wil wat. Ja, wil papa wel. Leuke hoek is dit voor mij.
Ja, mooi.
Ja, Lieke mist jou een beetje, hè?
Oh. Och.
Ze vroeg net of ik kwam lunchen. Toen zei ik, we hebben al gaan lunchen. We hebben een broodje gegeten. Ja, maar dat was heel kort, zei ze.
Nou, ik kom zo weer beneden, goed? Ik ben nu aan het streamen, dus...
Ja, hoor je dat? Papa komt vanmiddag ook nog wandelen.
Kom wel een beetje op tijd, goed?
Je weer dorst, kijk.
Ik ga weer door... Oh, mooi. Chill.
Ja, goed.
Oké, ik kom zo straks beneden, goed? Staat het bier ook koud?
Dag tegen papa? Ja.
Kom Nicky anders even een biertje drinken. Oh, shit. Sorry guys, my daughter was calling. Found a, okay, wait. Sorry, my daughter was calling me, or like my wife, but my daughter. She's 2, so she's like, "Can you come downstairs? Can you go on a walk with me?" So she misses me a little bit, which obviously is for me a very good feeling. So anyway, sorry to take the call. Like the one-man company and like doing that's not an option. Like there's a treaty between the Netherlands and Andorra. So if I just live here, I just need to pay taxes here. If I live there, I get to pay taxes there. I prefer to pay taxes there, but I don't. There's like a 5-point tiebreaker. So whereas your primary home is the first one, then where is your center of life is the next one. And so I can't have my I need to have a home there. I need to have I'm going to 3-bet here because it's recreational. I need to have a primary home there, so I can't have a primary home here. If I have it in both, then okay, next point in the tiebreaker, and then it's where's your center of life. If I'm streaming from the Netherlands or my friends and family are living here, my kids go here to school, it's very clear that I need to pay taxes in the Netherlands. Unfortunately. I don't mind paying tax. Obviously, if I could choose, then I'm in favor of people that call themselves free nachos online to have 0% tax on everything. So like personally, there's obviously there's that going on, right? I'm going to call here, like, and then raise river. I'm going to time bank a little bit. I'm not super thrilled about the river, so we're just going to call here. Yeah. So that won't be an option. Like the only realistic option, like there's 2 realistic options. I'm getting another call. Jesus, it's like I used to work in a call center, so it kind of reminds me of that. I'm not going to take this. This is from Rotterdam. I'm not sure. So 2 realistic options. One is I just stay here and that's probably the option that's going to be. The other one is move to another country. But my wife was pretty homesick, so that's not really an option. Like unless specifically a country, like let's say I could live in Belgium and the situation would be significantly better, then that would be a reasonable option, I guess. But that wouldn't make the situation any better. So yeah, like in Belgium, there's no rakeback at all, I think. Maybe slightly more sides, but no rakeback at all. So you might be able to play on PokerStars, but rakeback is not allowed, so you're still in a shitty spot. And PokerStars also doesn't have 1K running, so you're still stuck on GG, but not now without rakeback. Doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, then Germany is severely worse. Something like Luxembourg might work, but then you're living in Luxembourg. No offense to the guys, people from Luxembourg, and I only know it from like driving through it, and like getting gas. So realistically, I gotta live here, which is fine. Like yeah, it's just that I won't be able to fold, I guess. This is close, I'm going to fold. I won't be able to maximize my own poker career. I won't be able to battle 25-50 if I wanted to. Playing on GG is significantly worse. Was it, did I cold call? Wait, fuck, that makes a lot of sense. Let me see that. Like I must have noticed, like, anyway, so maybe said this other times, but how is the rakeback for you? Playing high stakes, I suppose you get a good winning from the rake back as well. The way it typically works, what we are going to call here, kind of a large sizing by him. Going to bring out paint here. I guess I don't need paint for this. It's not trying to be condescending by any means. I just wanted to visualize it a little bit, but okay, we'll visualize it. This is without a hard as close. Again, it's pretty connected as well. So something like King 10, King Queen actually has a pretty reasonable amount of equity against me, and also my attention was on the 3D board, all in and call. 3-way board. I guess like I can't remember that one. Fuck. Let me try that. Let me try to do this. I'll explain in a second what the rakeback situation is. This is not ideal. Far from it. But yeah, I don't know. Quick check. I am going to. Here we fold. Very clear fold. We could check. We could bet. I think I prefer betting. Just betting small. When he quickly checks, I'm feeling relatively chill. I don't think I will get check raised as often as I should. So doing something like this seems reasonable. Yeah. Okay. So I just want to let him fold stuff that, and sometimes call with worse. I could, yeah. What about Austria or the UK? Basically, we looked at a couple of different options. My preferred option would have been the UK. I know a bunch of guys that are in the UK. Will 3-bet here. Yeah, I actually noticed it, so I'm just gonna fuck around a little bit. I know some guys in the UK. It would have been good for my CFP as well, if I would have been able to move to the UK. It would have been great. There's like a direct connection via train, via plane to the Netherlands. So you could even decide on the day off that you wanted to go back. The problem is the guys over there, the guys and gals over there voted for Brexit, and so I'm not allowed to live there. I looked. Okay. Bit unlucky, but what can we do? A bit unlucky. Okay, so UK didn't want me there. I even looked into like getting a maybe like going to university for a master's degree, and then like also playing poker there because it's not I'm not working then. I'm going to go ahead and bet here, but that wasn't the option. The other option was Ireland, but like that has a far worse connection to the Netherlands and also even more shitty weather. Austria we looked into and would have been like a decent option. It's just that we like for poker it would have been great. For coaching you just still have 50% tax, and again there's nothing wrong with paying 50% tax, or like 50% maybe a bit much, but if you ask me. But I'm also not like I can't live with that, so that would have been a decent option. But in Andorra there's 10% tax on everything, so like since I already had a pretty successful company, like basically I made about as much money playing poker as I did with my company, roughly speaking. So getting 10% on both would have been better than 0 on one and 50% on the other. So we went on vacation. We decided to visit Andorra, and we really liked it in Andorra. There's nothing wrong with Andorra. Like the place itself is great. If it was closer to the Netherlands, the connection was a bit more doable, then I would have for sure still be living there. Like if it was 5 hours away, then I would probably have lived there still. The problem is it's like 15 hours away if you drive without taking any breaks, and it's like 3 hours to the nearest airport. So not really an option. I can call, I can raise. Folding 8-8 in the small blind versus hijack overnet. Okay, that could be. Like I remember folding 8s. I thought was for his early position, but anyway, like it's mostly a 3-bet, and sometimes a fold. That was what I was thinking. I decided to fold because I was talking and playing some other hands. So I was like, okay. This is not a pure 3-bet, let me just play it nitty and fold now. Normally I'd probably 3-bet, but... So Austria would still be a reasonable option, but like at this point we have moved from one house to the house that I'm living in right now. Then we moved from this house to Andorra. From Andorra we moved back to the Netherlands. My kids are, like my eldest is starting primary school this after the summer, so it just doesn't make sense for me to move again. I don't know. I'll just pay like my 50% tax on the winnings and the profits of the company and play poker whenever I can and focus less on making money and more on just having a nice life. That's kind of what I decided I wanted to do anyway. Tempting to open here, but probably not the table to do it on. Like, I'm tempting to open because big blind is recreational. Betting, checking, both are fine here. I'm going to check because I saw this guy. Oh, this multi actually. Min. Oh, yeah, okay. Would have checked anyway, but EV would be a lot higher if it sets up for recreational. Versus half pots with our middle pair. This is interesting. Tempted to raise here. With a 4. Potentially having a pretty decent bluff on a on a 5, on a 6. I was gonna say this is a very strong hand. Like, I just don't believe it's not. No. So yeah, this is like if I was living in Andorra right now, then I would have probably focused more on work still, because it just makes sense to maximize. But now I just decided, okay, well, I'm going to be making a significant amount of money anyway, like more than I. Like if you'd asked me 5 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was still a teacher, if you told me like you're going to make this much money in a year and you're not going to be working very hard, I would have told you like that's crazy. So yeah. I'm going to block bet and probably not give up. I'm not going to live in Bulgaria. I got no offense to Bulgaria. If it was up to me personally, I could live anywhere. I would probably choose, like, Eastern Europe sounds like really good, to be honest, to me. It seems like a very cool solution. But my wife gets homesick really quickly. I'm going to call off here. This is kind of shitty, but he just lost a pretty big pot here. Overall, they're bluffing quite a bit in this line. It's a bit gross, but I guess we just call it off and hide live a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I could live, like, if I was, sometimes you have these thoughts, right? Like my wife goes to her family with the kids, and I'm like, what if she has a car accident? What would my life look like? I would be sad for forever, obviously. Like, probably I would move. I would, like, the first thing I would do is, like, I would sell everything. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to be reminded of everything. I would move. Where would I move? Probably somewhere where it's where like I'm living in a city, it's cheap to live, and I get play poker. Just focus on that then. So for me, if I was just like 23 or whatever, I would probably be either in Southeast Asia, or I could see like Eastern Europe would work as well, or just Andorra, because I already know Andorra. Get a shove here. He's balancing his timing, which is okay. Oh, we get a fold. Nice. So something like Bulgaria, like, would be pretty chill. Like I would probably be pretty happy. Like I've traveled through Eastern Europe, not that far east to be honest, but Central Eastern Europe when I was a bit younger, and I really liked it there. So anything like that would probably be pretty cool. Really hard for me to not have a bluff. Sorry, really hard for me to have a bluff. But yeah, like we can talk about anything. I'm happy to, but I'm not at this point. I'm not going to move. My kids are 3 and 4. We're just going to live in the Netherlands, and I'm going to be happy here. Like, but different kind of happy. To be honest, I'm more happy now. Like I was thinking, like, dude, I'm happy. My days right now are spent. I'm working 6 days a week. I'm working from 9 to 5 roughly. But sometimes, like today, the sun is out. Like we've had some work done in our yard, so it looks a little bit better now. Let me just go ahead and alphabet here. Good check as well. Bit of a nitty line. Versus 1.1, I think I need to call or raise. But I think calling is probably fine here. Like he's going to be betting an 8 of hearts on the turn a bit more often, like 10-8, 9-8 of hearts. He might overbet more often than another type of card, so should be an okay call. But yeah, so like today I might stop a bit earlier. Like I'm vaporizing weed 2-3 nights a week. Just like take basically I feel like I'm like if you we'll check here. If you think about okay, what does the poker dream look like? I'm kind of living it in a sense. That's how it feels, at least. I don't need to grind. I could not grind and I would be fine for the next 20 years or so. Like I could not play at all and I would still have income from the company. So like, yeah, I don't know. I try to, basically I said, okay, I won't be able to maximize my live EV. Sorry, maximize my poker EV. It doesn't make a ton of sense. So I'm just going to maximize my live EV. What would make me really happy? Well, go on a morning walk every day. Make time for a workout every day. Not wake up at 5 a.m. anymore. Take every evening off, right? Like when I was in Andorra, I would wake up at 5 and then sometimes work in evening because someone wanted to get coaching in the evening, and I was like, okay, let me just do that. This is tempting to shove here. Let me think about this one. Let me just change it into a bluff here. I'm going to fold again. Interesting spot. Come to Portugal. I would love to. Like that was one of the options, but the tax situation seemed a bit unclear from the outside looking in. That would have been a pretty cool option, but I'm at this point I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to live a happy life here. Just not like I'm not going to perform. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks in one hand, like because I have the option to play the highest limits if I like, not the absolute highest limits probably, but like 25, 50, 50, 100 I could play. And there's a bunch of action that I'm missing now. Also, like, but like, I don't know. I don't care at this point. I sort of accepted it. And I accepted, okay, this is not the life where I'm going to maximize all of that. I'm quite likely not going to be, I don't know. I'm not going to be in a position where it makes sense to try to be the best poker player in the world. I'm not going to be in a position where I'm likely going to be like making $1 million a year from poker or something like that, or anywhere close. But I've got enough money right now. Like, more money is like, yeah, it would be great, obviously, but it's not going to change my life. I won't make, if someone hands me 500k tomorrow, it's not like I'm going to be making, the next day I would be doing exactly what I'm going to be doing already. Like, it wouldn't change my life in any way. So, wait, sorry, let me click. Okay. It wouldn't change the decisions, at least. Obviously, like, I might, I don't know. I don't think it would change my life in any way, actually. Which is kind of sick, but so once I realized that, like, let me call here. This is what I was thinking, right? My thoughts were as follows. What would I do if I had like 2.5 million? I'm going to check back here. I think I should have bet. I won't tell you how much money I've got now, but let's say I would have 2.5 million, whatever. What would I do? Would I, like, from day to day, I would not buy a new car. I might buy a new home, but only, to be honest, I don't. Yeah, probably not either. I wouldn't live in a villa or whatever. I would just probably. It would allow me to take it a bit more chill, which would be great. But then I thought, okay, well, I'm already like I already have more than enough money to do that. It's like I can't just already take it chill. There's nothing stopping me from not waking up at 5 a.m. and starting work at 5 a.m. I could just like start work at 9. I'd make 100k less this year, 200k less, who knows, right? But it wouldn't have any impact, because I'm still making a lot more than I can spend anyway. So once I realized that, I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to live, like, maximize my life. If you work from 9 to 5, I'm working at home. I can, like, sun is out, there's cold beer in the fridge, but in 1 minute I'm downstairs. If I'm like, I don't really feel this anymore, just stop. I'll make a little bit less money this year. Okay, whatever. Same thing with coaching. I've got like I've got like 8 to 10 students right now in private coaching, and the team, I don't know how exactly how many students we got, because we got different types of contracts and stuff like that, but some are prepaid. But anyway, like we roughly have 2/3 of what we had 2 years ago. Still double of what we had 3 years ago or something like that. So we had like a surge for some point. But we got a reasonable amount of players, like a 50, 60 or something like that. So I could, the other day I was like, I was sitting downstairs and I thought, what if I just like maximize marketing? And then I started making a plan, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to play the YouTube game and like go ham, and I try to like make videos that I think will be seen by as many people as possible instead of doing things that I want to do. I don't want to make those Reddit posts of like, this is a hand that I played at 25-50 and this is what I think of it, and clearly like boast to try to present something. I don't really want to do that. So that what if I don't? Then if we have 50 players, if we have 40 players a year from now, and I can do that well, then I'll just do that, right? Like, seems reasonable enough. I could 4-bet, I could call. Oh, I should have 4-bet here because of the whatever. But anyway, what if we have 30 players a year from now? Because I didn't do marketing. Like, it would be different if I wasn't working on something that would provide value. We're working on a lot of stuff that is going to provide a lot of value. And if it means that we are providing, I can spend my time providing value to my students and they are happy, I am happy. But it's not going to maximize my EV because for my own EV, it would have been better to spend it more on making YouTube content and marketing and trying to do all that sort of stuff. I don't really want to do that. I'm going to bet small here. Check here. So I'm just going to provide value, build cool things for the guys in the team. I'm just going to call it off here. This is fine. It's kind of shitty if he has pocket nine specifically. Okay. 80%. Sure. Let's not lose two. Let's win two. Good. Same thing with poker. Like, let's say, because I'm building stuff for the guys in the CFP, I'm not able to make as much money because I would have been better off playing more poker myself and do it like that. I don't care. I don't know. I just want to... Curious to see what he's going to do. He's going to rip it in my face now. I just want to do what I can to improve the experience that the students have. And in the past, like there have definitely been times where students have suffered from me playing 30 hours a week. Or like suffered, like kind of, I guess. So I don't know. I'm not going to live anywhere else but in the Netherlands. I'm going to pay my taxes. I'm going to play on GG, stream it for you guys. And I'm going to try to do what I can to become as good of a coach and as good of a poker player and as good of a father, and try to balance all of those as I can. And whatever happens, happens, right? Running pretty good. Can't complain. Let me see if I can get another table going. Turn is a mix there, I think, on the flush closing turn. It's not an automatical bet. Interesting, like maybe we should be value betting there. It would be cool. It's just like bet 3/4, see if he calls one pair. Hindsight checked, I should have thought about this at least a little bit. How many viewers do we have? It's been going up now a little bit. We are at 34 now, which I guess like for a random Thursday is not too bad. We'll call here. Jack 10 of hearts, I block, I guess, which is good. Jack 10 of clubs, Jack 10 of spades could still be there. I'm going to rip it in anyway. Here we're going to rip. Fucking pocket tens. Jeez, I thought like, wow, I won. He has pocket tens, that's gross. That is a gross one. Shoving river is maybe a bit debatable with my hand because it's like 1.5x. That's 1.4. But it's also kind of gross to carve out 3/4, right? Like specifically for this hand and then literally this hand. Like what kind of other hands would be? Pocket jacks could make sense in 3/4. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I need to reply to my accountant. Yeah. It's ironic that the more I started to talk about like how I don't really care about money, obviously I care about money, but like you get the point. I was like, I don't really mind as much if I'm making less this year. I started losing. I'm still up, like comfortably. But this one was a bit unlucky. Oh well, what can we do? We don't get the odds to draw here. This is close if he shoves. So he would have shoved 23. Would have been close. Sixes I would not fold. Fours. Yeah. You know what's funny? When I was a teacher, I really wanted to be a poker player. I love teaching, but I really wanted to be a poker player, obviously, right? Making more money, getting to work whenever you want. And then I was a poker player for like the last 4 years or so. 5 years I've been playing professionally. And then I was looking at like job openings in education. Basically wanted to get my old job back. And now that I look back at it, I was like, of course I wanted that. Like I wanted to be very successful, but of course I didn't want to work from like 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. And then every now and then like do a coaching call in the evenings. And obviously I took days off, right? I'm not saying I can, but like as a base principle, this is the first year since 2026 is the first year where I am for sure taking 1 day a week off. And that I didn't do before. And so last year I was working 7 days a week and I was like, if I go back to the Netherlands at some point, I might just go back to teaching. I don't need the money. I can just like teach 2 days a week. My wife teaches 2 days a week. We have a bunch of money and like ETFs and stuff like that. So like we could do that. Now that I'm actually taking a much more chill approach to poker, I'm much happier. And like teaching suddenly doesn't seem so appealing anymore because I can just like make more money, taking it relatively chill, playing poker, coaching, talking about poker. And it's so easy to miss that, right? Like when you're in the zone or when you're doing things, it's so easy to be like, okay, well, everything becomes an EV calculation. If I do this, then I can make this much, and therefore I'm going to do it. This is close. Like the 9 is not necessarily beneficial because he's going to have Queen, King offsuit. But I've got a heart, so I'm still going to call, I think. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. And there's nothing wrong with working a lot, especially when you're building on something, right? It's really hard to achieve extraordinary things without putting in extraordinary work or an extraordinary amount of effort. Hey man, glad to see you in here again. CNC. Did I 3-bet? What the fuck did I do? Do I do it again here? I'm rambling too much. So when you're building, it makes a lot of sense to build, but then at some point it also makes sense to take a step back and just enjoy life a bit more. I guess we just go to 3/4. If he has pocket tens or something, that would be hilarious. I'm going to rip it in. Here we block some checkbacks. So this might be an okay. If we're going to check some 10x, right, then this would be the one. Yeah, like that's a good point. People don't care about money, have money. Obviously, I don't want to sound condescending in any way, right? Like I've been broke for most of my adult life. Like at first I was just making bad decisions all over the place, and I was in debt. Nothing like crazy, but like, yeah, like in debt with like the bank and health insurance and stuff like that. Like just stupid decisions when I was young, like I don't know, around 20 years old. Then later I paid off my debts, and I was like pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. I could like make a little bit of money. Like I could save a little bit of money, but like by no means would I ever get the amount of money that I have today, even if I save like half of it. So yeah, I guess, and that's one of the reasons, right? Like I was like, my wife has said like for years, like you should work less, and I said, yeah, sure, but like this is my opportunity right now, right? Like I will never have an opportunity like this ever again, so I don't want to squander it. I was kind of a loser when I was 20, and squandered a lot of opportunities, not half as big as this one. Now that I get this opportunity, and I've had a reasonable amount of luck. Like COVID happened, and for a lot of people that was like a very shitty time. For me, it meant the schools were closed and the games were incredibly soft. And I was just about to, like when COVID hit, I was just moving up to 200 So I was literally like, it put like wind in my sails, and things were really, things changed. So, and then I ran a little bit good when I moved up from 200 to 500 500 to 1K. I would have still gotten there, but like I basically went on a kind of like the fast track to high stakes. So when I got the opportunity, and I also had like the CFP that kind of randomly, like I had a blog on Run It Once that I didn't start to make any money out of it. I didn't even consider that I would be able to make money out of a blog, right? Like that didn't even cross my mind. Like, hey, this would be like a good marketing funnel at one point. No, I was just like, I'm playing 10NL, and I kind of wanted to share that. and I sucked at the beginning, and then like things turned around, and so it made a lot of sense for a very long time to like maximize. I was like, okay, I'm just going to be the guy that is playing 30 hours a week and that is coaching 30 hours a week, and then besides that, I will find time to do the admin work, and I find time to make you Run It Once videos, and I'll find some time to occasionally do some sort of a live stream or like masterclass type thing for Run It Once, or do some study work for myself. It made a lot of sense to just maximize, because like who the fuck gets this opportunity, right? Like that doesn't really happen. And now it happened to me when I was like 31 or something like that. 31, 32. Like it just doesn't happen. That's like once in a lifetime. So I'm not at all saying that I regret like putting a lot of effort into that. But at some point, like if it's, I don't know. Like I don't want to sound condescending or not appreciative of where I am right now. Let me just play these hands as well. Definitely don't want that. but at some point it yeah, you gotta also think like, okay, like would another million make me happy? What would make me happy? What am I missing in life right now? And I was like, okay, well, and I thought I was missing like some sort of purpose, like when you're a teacher, and especially in the field that I was teaching in, like a lot of like kids that had a relatively tough life. So you're like, okay, I don't make a lot of money, but I'm making a difference here. And so and like when it was like I worked from 8 to 4, so at 4 p.m. I could just go home and I wouldn't think about work anymore. I would just be like free, which is also different when you have a company, because always someone is, especially in this like field, like always someone is scamming you or trying to scam you, or like there's a conflict or random stuff needs to be done. Anyway, so at some point I think I realized, okay, well, maybe take a step back rather than be unhappy and grind constantly. Like take a step back and think, okay, what would make me happy? If I would have had infinite money, what would I do? And be like, okay, well, I probably would like just spend the mornings with the kids, take them out of bed, make breakfast, read a book to them, have breakfast, go on a walk, and then start work. Or like, in this case, poker. Do the thing that I already like doing. Talk about poker. Okay, I can do that now. Cool, let's do it now. Not work any evenings anymore. And then I did, and it didn't really... yeah, I don't know. He should probably have some leads here, because he's calling any king. Some 8s. We check. Yeah, anyway. Hi Nacho. Did you ever have periods when you thought your mental game would stop you from making it as a pro? Yeah, man, my mental game has stopped me from making it as a pro. I was playing poker. I've been playing poker for more than half my life. I started, like the first hand that I played for real money on PokerStars was when I was 17. I'm 36 now. I just turned 36 this week. Or last week, I'm not sure. Like a couple days ago. Oh, more than last week. Fuck, time flies. And in the beginning, my mental game was weak. Like, very weak. Because I was a high school dropout. So, I didn't have any discipline. I was like, I don't know. I was like a classical guy like that would say things like, well, if I really tried, then I would have made it in high school. I would have been like one of, but I didn't want it. Like it's kind of the, now that I say it, it makes me cringe a little bit, but I was like that. And apparently when you are like giving up consistently, like with the least, like with the little bits of resistance you're giving up, then you're just not going to. Like the fact was that I was at some point 23. I had debts. I was living in my parents' attic, and I didn't have a bed. I was sleeping on the mattress on the floor. Not because I couldn't have had the bed. It was because my decisions were so poor that I didn't have money to replace my bed. It could have just worked, right? Like it wouldn't. Let me just sit here. It wouldn't have, how should I say this? Like, it could have just worked. It would have been tough. I would have had like a pretty shitty job. But it was easier not to and be a loser. So I was a loser. So like my mindset has stopped me. And then I went back to college and I struggled a lot. Not with the material per se. Like not with the stuff that they were teaching me, but more so with consistency, like waking up the same time every day and then being where I needed to be. And like most of the important things, like all of the important things I did, but like sometimes I would just like wake up at 1 and I'd be like, fuck, I should have not like turned off my alarm, and like, yeah. And that took me a year. In the first year I got through, like first time college I quit. Spent a year doing nothing and being very depressed and not thinking I would ever be able to make anything of myself. Then I was like 24, started college again, and same study. So like the people that I was studying with in the first time were now in year 3, and I was in year 1 again. So like they see me walking around like, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like in year 1 again. Why the fuck are you in year 1? Like if you wanted to do this, why not do it the first time? Anyway, I struggled that second time around. I struggled first year, but I got through it. And then I started working out, and then I got an internship on this school where there were mostly refugee children and like some expat children, but basically a school for children that didn't speak any Dutch. And I really liked it there. And my mentor there was like really, really chill. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to fucking finish this. So I finished it. I got a job at that school. But yeah, like that process was not like, if I would have, if I could go back in time, let's say I could go back in time and we go back to when I was like 24. Let's say that first year when I went to college and I failed, and I would have been like, okay, transfer all of the knowledge that I've got right now, except for any mindset knowledge. Would I have made it? I would probably not, because I wouldn't be able to deal with the swings. I wouldn't be able to trust myself. I wouldn't be able to trust that I would be doing the things that I needed to do in order to overcome adversity. Like, self-confidence is knowing that you're able. It's not like being confident all the time. It's like, even when things go shitty, knowing that deep down that you'll do the work to persevere anyway. And I didn't have that at the time, and so I would have failed for sure, even if I would have had like a significant advantage over the pool. So yeah, I think mindset is like severely underrated. Yeah, I agree. Like I'm listening more to my wife right now. Like I think she doesn't really care for money at all. She literally, like, if we would lose everything tonight by some random event, I don't know, she'd be like, ah, okay, like, well, we'll be a bit more. I'll go back to work. You'll go back to work as a teacher, and we'll be fine. Like we'll be fine. So yeah. But I really wanted to like become fire, like that fire movement. I wanted to make sure that I'm not maximized my EV, but I got to the point where I wouldn't have to work a day in my life anymore, which is obviously quite tough if you're 36. And the taxes on capital gains are extremely high in the Netherlands, one of the highest in the world, I think. And they're moving to a system where it's like, I've talked about this before, but like it's even more extreme. So I would need like 2.5-3 million or something like that to live a relatively chill life, not extremely frugal, but also not like not spending. Like I wouldn't be able to, I don't know, go on 2 vacations every year and also drive a nice car, and also like you need to be somewhat selective with the things, especially if you got kids. That's what I wanted to aim for. And so I got relatively close to the number, not like the 2.5 million number, but like to a slightly lower number, which was before they changed, they announced that they were going to change the law, and would basically up my number by 1.4x or something like that. Anyway, that was my goal. Like make, I can tell you my goal. My goal was to make, to have like 1.5 million. And if I've got 1.5 million, I can take it chill. But like I would move the goalpost as well. It started with like, if I got 200k, then I can take it chill. Anyway, so I think I'm happy with the way I did it. Like I had young kids, 1-year-old, 2-year-old. It's not like there was no option to like spend a Friday evening having a few drinks with friends because like we have a baby for 2 years in a row. So it makes sense to just go to bed at 7 p.m. with my daughter and then wake up at 4 or 5 and then grind poker, work in the afternoon. But now I think I'm okay. I'm going to do this, play poker, have fun, enjoy myself. If I make, like, worst case scenario, I'm still going to be making a reasonable amount of money. I'm still going to be able to cover all my bills. But even if I don't, right, like then, yeah, I'll be fine. Anyway, let me check how my wife is doing. What's going on over there? Oh, I was like, what the fuck is this? Where are they? Not sure if you're able to see. Like, I'm also not sure if I want my kids. I'm actually not going to show. And I think of it, like, probably nothing will happen. But like, my wife sent me a picture of the kids. But they were in a very old, like you could see, just like this is the home of someone that's like over 80 years old. And I was like, where are they? This is an old photo that she's sending me. She does that sometimes where like, but no. It was like the lady next door. They visit her like once every month or two. Waking up the same day every day is impossible. Well, like like I can give you one extremely, like, if you really want to wake up the same time every day, don't do it solely for that purpose. But if that's really important to you, then I can highly advocate for having kids. In the beginning, you won't wake up, like you will wake up at the most extreme times, but like once they're 2 years old or older, like there's no way you're going to sleep past 7 a.m. Like 7:15. I guess 7:15 is like the max. Like I always wake up between 6:30 and 7:15 somewhere. So like there's no way that I'm like able to do anything else. Do we just check raise here? Smallish, I guess. Checking range. I think we just check. I don't know. I don't really check raise a bunch of aces, right? Like some aces maybe. And it's relatively hard for me to have bluffs, I guess, but I can have some Jack 10, I guess. So I'm not sure if bluffing, like, would I make him fold this was the question. I'm not sure. Depending on the sizing I'm picking, I'm making queen indifferent, potentially, which I don't want. So like, I need to then go relatively small. Is he going to fold this? I don't know. So yeah, I will be a free man for the next few not like relationship wise. I'll be locked up in that aspect, but I'll live like I'm a pensioner. Like I always joke to my wife, like if I retire, then I'm going to... I want to check back occasionally, but this is a kind of a cool bluffing hand, and I've got like 93, so like it's going to be relatively tough to beat that. That's a good river. I'm going to mix shove and B75, I think. I'll go B75 this time. Okay. But I'm going to live like I'm retired. And I was told my wife, like, if I'm ever retiring, then I think I'll be a poker player. So yeah. And the coaching as well, like I always have a lot of fun doing that. So I don't know. Like it's a decision that I could have like tried to live life like Elon Musk and just like try to maximize every aspect, and like what if I go and do this, or like I don't know. Yeah. I'm now taking the approach of what if I don't? What if I do when it comes to life, and then what if I don't when it comes to work? And so far I'm like 10 times happier. At least. Oh, sorry about that. I won't inadvertently share anything. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, like the kids thing is like that hits different. Like and this is something that is relatively obvious. But I was wait, let me pull it up. I'm going to read this out loud. I saved it in my phone because like let me find it. Fuck, let me play these hands first. Yeah, I got it. Let me play these hands first though. I'll check back here. First pot is interesting. I'm going to call now. I got a couple hands. I'll read it. Could be worse. 3/4. So what we want here is we want raw equity over random backdoor type hands. This is going to be a call. Pretty good card for his range, probably. Shove is not really a thing there, I think. Maybe it is though, but like, this seems like such a good card for his range. Why would you want to shove an overpair here? I guess he's making me indifferent here. I don't know. I have no idea who this is as well. Which is not nothing against him. He might be the best player of this pool. Who knows? Just trying to see like what kind of game he's playing. He's playing 4 tables. I don't know. Is this something like jacks or whatever? This feels like jacks. But even jacks like... Oh. I'm going to call, I think, but I'm not super thrilled about this. Or am I? Am I just folding? Ah, such a cross spot. It's really player dependent. I don't know who this guy is. It feels like I'm indifferent here. I guess I'm just calling because it rolled quite high as well. It's just kind of shitty. This feels like jacks, queens. I don't know, man. It feels like a pretty weird line for him to take. Well. Nothing to be done about it now. Like, on such a dry texture, why would you shove? But I guess like people are not really shoving bluffs there. Like he needs to shove like queen jack. I guess that's the solution. Like the question is here, is he going to shove queen jack of spades or queen jack of clubs here? Probably not, right? Like we can't just assume that he's not. Did I check call there? Oh, I bet myself, okay. So it's relatively easy to miss the bluffs there. I should have folded, I think, for that reason. Because I'm indifferent, it's relatively easy to miss the bluffs. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I was going to read something. So this is a reply on their video on parenthood and time. So someone said, and I wasted all of them in a job that kept me on the road for the first 22 years of my time as a father. 18 years further down the road now, and the regret fills my mind up every day. I think about it when I wake up to a quiet house, when I come home to no toys in the yard, when no one comes to say goodnight. So this goes to all the young fathers that read this. Being a father is the thing that you should try to be your best at. There are no do-overs. Live in the present. Your future will thank you. I want to be reminded of that sometimes. Golf is definitely cheaper than kids. Golf is definitely cheaper than kids. Might be cheaper than playing poker if you're calling off here. I'm probably going to wrap up and fucking tilting. I misclicked like 3 times today. Yeah, definitely paying some EV. I'm going to review this 6-5 hand. I'm going to it's one of the spots where I think my call is just like such a good calling hand. Blah 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 blah. But also he just has jacks and queens, even though we really shouldn't be playing it like that, I think. Ooh. I think we just stack off ace king suited here. Like it's a super tight formation, and it's not going to shove. I might be net rolling him. I don't know. He's not going to shove lighter, I think. This guy's sitting in the hand. Wait, let me see. Fold, yeah. I guess. Bunch of spades. Yeah, fucking hell. We'll look at this 6-5 hand. So now I guess we are close to breaking even. Pretty much breaking even, I think. Like, yeah, pretty much breaking even. I'm going to call here with my backdoors. That should be fine. If he checks, if he bets, I'm going to fold. If he checks, I'm going to probably check because I'm blocking some of his give ups. So, oh wait, I should leave next big blind for all. Okay. Oh well. We're going to, oh wait, we're going to review this hand. I just saw a picture of myself. Yeah. I'm going to review this hand in a second. Like intuitively, it feels like it should go smaller on the turn because like there's no real reason. Like, why would you shove, right? Like, there's no equity denial that makes sense. Let me actually make a note. Okay, I think that was the last hand. Yeah, okay. We are we lost like $20, so and things were going pretty well. Okay, I guess I'm going to review this. Probably I'm going to review this tomorrow morning and stream it. We'll see. Make like a study stream or whatever. But let's review this hand now, because this will keep bugging me. I think the solution is this is going to be close on the turn. Intuitively, this feels like it should be a call. We're pretty close to it. Like indifferent at least, maybe slightly profitable call. But he should find some bluffs that he's not going to find. That's like my intuition, what my intuition is saying. We'll see. Multi-size, opening size, GTO, and GTO 3-betting. He 3-bets quite large actually, larger than GTO, but okay. Cool. Wait, do I not have, I might not have 10, 5, deuce. Unable to access. I've lost my GTO wizard. Let me see. I closed. Yeah, okay. I'll have to do it with Paya. I did not renew my subscription because I was kind of cheap and didn't want to pay 1.5k when I've got all these Paya sims. Sure, that's the wrong one. But maybe tomorrow. I was like, let me try for a week or two. Already can tell that maybe tomorrow I'm going to change my mind and get it anyway. But for now, I'm not going to. Anyway, we can load a tree here, but you're going to have a lot of trees that are going to be similar-ish. Small blind versus cutoff, and he goes bet 75 or check, and then we gotta find the texture that kind of looks like this, but it's not exactly this. 10-5 deuce. I think we might have 10-5 deuce. Rainbow 10-5. Nice. He goes 3/4. We've got a pure call with our 6-5. So Genie V winning like 5 big blinds for a call. A little bit more because we've got a backdoor. Actually, like we win 9 big blinds for a call. Call. Then he gets like a deuce, which is the same suit as the 10. This one. And like there's no larger sizing here. I should go B50. I think I can practice. I'm just going to create a subtree. My intuition says like that this is more like 40. Oh wait, okay, we'll do it like this, I guess. Something like this. It doesn't make sense, but I kind of want to see like what sizing. Intuitively, you want to go small because it's such a good card for your range. I kind of want to see. Yeah, so he goes and which sizing is he using? 40 and 60%, so it's actually half pot, but still no shoves. Okay, however, our friend shoves like yeah, like is he going to shove queen? That's a problem. Like he might shove pocket jacks and queens and then bet small with queen jack, something like that. But let's just assume that he's balanced. He just has a shove as only sizing. Go. It's 125%. 6-5 is indifferent. Actually, pure fold without. It's so tilting. That's 1, and he needs to find some queen jack, king queen. Like he might find some more clubs, perhaps, or like the flush draw, I guess. But ace queen shoving, that's not happening, right? Like ace queen off, that's not happening. So this is just a fold. Man, I don't know. Okay, upgrade here. 2 upgrades. One is keep reminding yourself of where is the imbalance. Is he going to find enough bluffs here? Not like, because I wanted the combo chasing in my mind. I was like, okay, he could have this, he could have that, could have queen jack of clubs, king queen of clubs, king jack. Okay, he's going to have some bluffs. The question is not is he going to have some bluffs, is he going to have enough bluffs? Where is the imbalance? The imbalance is probably him shoving queens and jacks too often, and not often enough with random 2 overcards, which he would need to shove sometimes here. That's 1. And then I feel frustration right now, and the resolution to that frustration is quite simple. I just, rather than being really annoyed with the decision that I made, which like there's some room for that as well. The most important thing is like I'm taking ownership here. I'm learning something from this, and I will need to emphasize this part of my mindset, of my decision-making process a bit more. So I will be reviewing hands where I face an all-in bet or where I face a difficult decision. Maybe I put a post-it note on my screen here, and that says, where is the imbalance? And I need to like imprint that into my brain a bit more. Imprint it into my brain a bit more. Yeah, it's annoying. I think I could have saved myself some money there, but what is the benefit of betting on the turn and river rather than just shuffling on the turn? I think the benefit is that you don't really need to, like, your queens is like, if I have Jack 10, if I've got 10, 8, 10, King 10, Queen 10, 6, 5, right? Those hands you'd want to put into a tough decision. Basically, you'd want to put my hand into a tough decision. Let's say he goes like and bets 50% here, which is kind of what he wants to do, apparently. Let's say he bets 50% now. Then I'm going to be forced into a decision. I guess with pocket 7s actually more so. I guess he bets ace 5, then yeah, he bets ace 5, okay. Pocket 7s, pocket 8s, pocket 9s are being put into a very tough decision right now. If he shoves, then I actually have an easier decision with a lot of hands, whereas his range is going to be doing quite okay as the out of position player here. So it's a pretty good card for him. There's not a lot of equity that I can realize if he bets small, and so he wants to bet smaller. If this is a double flush draw board, for instance, then he might want to shove because there's going to be so many hands that they're going to have some equity that could draw, and like denying that equity makes sense. Here, because two pair draws are not a thing, like as we saw with my 6-5, I should have folded in equilibrium, and I should have folded even more in practice. Yeah, so I made a mistake. Won't call it a blunder, but like a pretty decent mistake. Anyway, we live, we learn, and we move on. I'm going to grab a beer now. Probably non-alcoholic, but I can't make any promises. And I'll be around tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming. I'm probably going to be streaming in the morning a little bit. Streaming all of the hands I've played today and studying them, reviewing them. And then, like, same starting time, I'm going to be streaming some 1K or whatever. For now, if you're playing today, good luck at the tables. If you want to support me, but you don't want to spend any money, feel free to sub or like or whatever. Do your thing, and